Friggin' what up, dude? Strider Wilson, I'm the host of this podcast that's mine, going to be called History is Dank. History is Dank with Strider Wilson. Dankness from the ground.
Friggin' what up, dude? Welcome back to another ep of History is Dank, dude. I'm your host, Strider Wilson, dude. We got Aaron going beast mode on the sticks. Dude, what's going down, Aaron, dude?
What up?
Dude, I'm just freaking posted up over here, dude. Just, getting into the throes of fantasy football season right now. The league's tight. I've got a really tough matchup this week against a guy who, he's an honorable dude. He's a Seattle fan. You got to respect that. They love their sports up there. And, I'm losing hope, but that's okay because I figured this out. The weather's been nice. We just got over a little rain. And so I cruised out to the beach and saw one of these metal detector dudes,
Yeah.
I'm like, who are these virgins, dude? And
accurate.
Exactly. I'm like, dude, this is you're detecting. You want to find rare coins. And then I thought about it. You know who these guys are? They've lost all hope in their life. And they got to get that detector and go out on the beach and feel that juice. Just feel a little bit of hope. Like, ooh, you know what, baby? There might be something down there. Because there's something in all of us. Maybe this is why I love pirates so much, because the buried treasure. Don't you just want to, when you're a kid, it's the inner child. Don't you want to go find treasure? Isn't that why we love the movie Goonies?
Yeah. I want the map experience though too.
I would love the map. You are right.
That's why escape rooms are so popular, I think.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Do a little, maybe don't stay away from the cocaine. Maybe do a little Addy. Do an escape room by yourself. I said it in the last pod. I'll say it again. Escape rooms got to be open on Thanksgiving and Christmas. If you're a sad guy, go to Benihana, solo, sit at a table by yourself. Get the Benihana chef in front of you, cooking experience. Don't even smile, just maybe a good every once in a while. Catch a piece of shrimp in your mouth. Huh? Thank you. Tip heavy, and then go do an escape room. And you're going to want it because after you eat that Benihana, you're going to shit your ass. So you're going to need to get out of that escape room. You're going to need to bad. You're going to be needing to leave. What are the under-overs on how many Alice in Wonderland themes escape rooms there are? It's got to be at least 50%.
Oh, yeah.
I'll go out on a limb and say it now. I hate Alice in Wonderland. I hate it. It's my least. The Cheshire Cat, as a kid, hated the Cheshire Cat.
Yeah.
Hate that fucking cat.
Sure.
She just felt wrong, had a bad vibe, wrong energy. Whole thing of Alice in Wonderland, wrong energy.
Yeah.
EDM festivals. I've been to a few. You better believe I went to a few. Way too many people dressed up as the Mad Hatter.
Yeah.
If you're a girl, Aaron, you're a girl dad.
Uh-huh.
When Ruby comes of dating age, and she starts dating a dude, and the dude shows up, and he's dressed like the Mad Hatter. I mean, what are you doing?
I'm saying, no, I've never heard of Ruby, actually. Maybe try next door.
Exactly, dude. Try the next door, dude. Why don't you go... Does she go through the wardrobe in that movie, or is that Lion Witch in the wardrobe? How does she get to the fucking Wonderland?
There's like a door in a tree, I think.
Yeah, go fucking up. Go check the tree in the neighbor's yard, my dude. Anyway, it's self-expression. I shouldn't hate on it. Look, I wear khaki pants and a navy shirt. That's how I express myself. I don't. I take my emotions. I think about it while I brush my teeth. I go, damn, gotta be better. And then I pass out. And honestly, if I've had a bad day, I'll take a big time nap. I'm gonna take a few hours out of that day for myself. Gotta say, you know what? I don't need the full 24 right now. Don't need the full 24. Let me go ahead and let me take another 8. I'm doing 8. I'm gonna put in an 8-hour day today. You just got to do that. Less is more. Less is more. But I might become one of these metal detector dudes, Aaron. Although the map experience, you're right, it is one of the best parts because you discover the map, then you get to follow the clues. But metal detecting, you have hope. Maybe if I did metal detecting shirtless, it seems like it's a pretty good forearm workout too, to do that. I could be into that. And I want to find treasure, and that's what we're talking about today, dude. Perhaps one of the greatest, and I mean an amount of hidden treasure in all of history. That's what we're going to be talking about today. The Copper Scroll. Baby. That sounds fun. I love a little action. You know that. So we've heard of the Dead Sea Scrolls. What are the Dead Sea Scrolls for those listening? These were discovered and by a shepherd in 1947. He was entertaining himself by throwing rocks. He heard a clay jar break, went in there, and this is sort of in the West Bank area, is what we're talking about there in the Middle East, and present day Palestine, Israel is what we're talking. In the Dead Sea Scrolls, which have copies of the Old Testament, the Torah, that's your Exodus, Genesis, Deuteronomy. I believe, what is it? What are the first few books? That's a good pop quiz question. You go Genesis, Exodus, Deuteronomy. What comes after that? There's also a few Psalms on there, a few sick-ass quotes, dude. Anyway, this is discovered in an area called Qumran caves in the West Bank. And they discovered these scrolls, but the one that we're talking about is a copper scroll, different from the other scrolls in that there was not, written copies of the Old Testament on parchment and then protected in leather and jars and stuff so they could withstand the test of time. Maybe even heat, spoiler alert. But the copper, this was meant to last. And it was written different. It wasn't written in classic, fancy scripture type language. It was written in like direction language. And it said these copper scrolls contained direction to 64 locations of hidden treasure in the area. Okay? Legendary treasure, bro. Now look, this is, excuse me, I'm going to have to sneeze here. Okay? Going to have to sneeze. Wait, I think I battled it. It's the worst to deny yourself a sneeze. Almost worse than it's like blue balling yourself. How cool of a dude you have to be if you're about to bust and you're like, nah, I'm chill. That'd be rad, dude. That'd be, if you, right when you're about to bust, dude, the lady, 3-4 times, I'm picturing this as a cool dude wearing a leather jacket, completely butt naked, but wearing a leather jacket while boning. And then right when he's about to bust, he just goes, whatever, I'm chill. Want to go get some sushi? That's cool, dude. If the dude dressed like the Mad Hatter could do that, then he could date my daughter. Marry her. If he can do that and drive stick shift, dude who hates coming and can drive stick shift, any of my daughters. Marry them all. Anyway, these copper scrolls, you have to ask yourself, why are these things hidden in the caves? What is Qumran? By the way, I'm going to butcher some fucking pronunciations here. I'm sorry in advance. As per usual, we have consistency on this podcast and I butcher names. I'm sorry about it. I don't even speak English that well. Okay?
Another question, how do they roll up copper into scrolls?
Okay, that's a good call. I think it's just what they call it to be sexy. But yeah, this was just I think it might be thin. I think it might be more malleable copper. You can see it. It's in a museum in Jordan. Aaron, maybe pull it up.
Sure.
I mean, because it is in a museum in Jordan. You can check, book a flight. They say, and this is debated among scholars, there is scholarly debate here. I love when scholars debate. And this treasure, they say, is written around AD 70, maybe a little bit before that, actually. We'll see. We'll get into the theories in a little bit. Around that time, AD 70, the Roman army was in the process of defeating Jewish groups that were rebelling against Roman rule. The Romans were the conquerors of Jerusalem at this time. And they destroyed the second temple there. And they say one theory is that all the scrolls were hidden in these caves in this area around Qumran. And one of those is the copper scroll, and that maybe this treasure is treasure from the temple. Or maybe elsewhere. We'll get into that in a little bit. In any case, it's so vast, it is the stuff of fucking Legend, mate. You're a legend, mate. So, what is Qumran? It's, and I'm going to butcher this, spelling Essene, Asen. It's a religious order or sect or brotherhood that flourished in Palestine from around 2nd century BC to the 1st century AD. So we've heard of like the Pharisees, the Sadducees. I'm probably butchering those names, but the Pharisees you've heard about in the Bible and everything. These are different priestly orders, right? And they all have slightly different interpretations of the Torah. And that's where they'll sort of differ. So this priestly order is of the Essen group or brotherhood. They are the ones who occupy Qumran, right? And they're theorized that maybe they're the ones who wrote these, their interpretation or their translations of the Torah on those scrolls, right?
Here they are.
Okay, sick. There you go. So more like tablets, right? Like
Well,
that's not rolled up.
Yeah, it's
Those-
spread out.
Yeah.
They're housed like this. So they are broken up now, it seems like.
Yep. It doesn't look like they could have ever been rolled up.
Yeah.
Like, and there's a lot of them, dude.
Yeah.
Treasure map, dude. That's a treasure map, Aaron. It's exactly what this is. The copper scrolls are a treasure map. So the Essenes were known for clustering in these monastic communities. Daily life's very regulated. You know, you had to like do, not like, you had to be pious and make sacrifices, not human sacrifice stuff, but sacrifices to your life. One of them being, dude, they exclude women from these settlements, which is a bad call, dude. I'm out right there, dude. Not going to be able to get any ass. You kidding me? Hey, guess who just showed up to this pod? It's Convertible Craig. And you know what I like to do besides drop the top down on my convertible, my Camaro? You know it's a 2024 Camaro. Barely can't see a thing out of it. Took off all the rearview mirrors because I only go forward, baby. Don't need to see what's behind me. But I do like to see a behind, if you know what I'm saying. I'm talking about a lady's ass. I'm an ass man. Don't get me wrong, love boobs too. I've had 3 iced teas. It's where this is coming from right now. Very inappropriate. My wife's going to listen to this. I don't know if she's ever listened to an episode. She does love me. But if she hears that, she's going to go, you need to not do that. Maybe she's right.
Did you hear there was a monk who just died in France and he had never seen a woman?
Really?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Just lived in a monastery in France and he died like in his 80s.
That guy hates his dick.
Yeah.
He loves the Almighty and hates his freaking dink, dude. Damn. In this day and age, damn. There was 4,000 of these bros in Qumran.
Wow.
Like you said, Aaron. These guys just posting up, writing, dude. Scribes, dude. Pliny the Elder, this is one of his accounts. He's the one who fixes their number around 4,000 in his day. This guy, according to an account given by Josephus, this dude, he also has an account on them. He says...
Josephus.
Josephus, yes. Josephus. He's got similar accounts to Pliny, so it's nice when you can cross-reference there. And before we get into more of this, so these priestly orders, just a little bit want to talk about this. The Pharisees emerge as a distinct group after the Maccabean revolt. That's Maccabees, which I think that might have been one of the books, because I think Maccabees is a book, and that was like Maccabees is also, they're also a priestly order. Yeah. They defended, Jerusalem against the Seleucid Empire. The Seleucid Empire, that's one of Alexander's the Great's generals. Like after he died, his empire got split up among his generals, and the Seleucid Empire became one of them. It's like part of in Asia, so a Hellenistic And, you know, they went to go conquer Jerusalem and stuff. It's been conquered, reconquered many times over throughout history. Romans, Seleucids, British, later Ottomans.
My favorite Charlie's Angels is Seleucid Lou.
Ooh, which one's that?
Lucy Lou. I'm just making it.
Oh, Seleucid Lou?
Lucy Lou.
I like that. Lucy Lou's the best, dude. Dude, Lucy Liu in freaking, what's the Tarantino movie?
Kill Bill.
Kill Bill. She's so good in that. Great scene. Also, she's so good in that movie, Set It Up, her and Taye Diggs, and freaking Zoe Deutsch, and my freaking boy, fuck, what's his name? I'm forgetting, I'm blanking on his name from Top Gun. Hangman's his call sign. What do they call it in Top Gun again, the call signs?
Call signs.
His call signs?
Yeah.
Okay, I know you know the Aaron. Pop quiz for you before we continue with the difference here in Pharisees, Sadducees. Can you do all the call signs from the new Top Gun?
No.
I know a few.
Still only seen it once. I bought it on Blu-ray, but I have not watched it since.
Bro, it's sick.
I know it is.
There's Hangman, there's Rooster, there's Bob, there's Phoenix, there's Cyclone, that's John Hamm, of course Maverick.
Oh, it's the black guy, the admiral's name.
Oh yeah, he's great. I love that actor.
Yeah, he's got a great name, a great call sign too.
Yeah, fuck, what's his? Anyway, so you have these different like priestly orders, and you know, you go, why? Why do you have different priestly orders? Well, it all comes down to basic differences. Just using as an example the Pharisees and I'm butchering the names here, I'm sorry, Sadducees. It's their respective, you know, attitude or interpretation of the Torah, the first 5 books of the Bible.
Warlock.
His is Warlock?
Yeah.
That's sick. Yeah, bro. Come on, that's fucking tight. Mine is Dart. What was yours again?
Cream.
That's amazing. We need to get helmets made of that on there. So basically, it comes down to the difference in problems and findings, answers to questions, and decisions about contemporary legal and religious matters arising under circumstances far different from those of the time of Moses, right? And we go back to the time of Moses when, you know, the Torah was developed. So basically, one is like written law only, and then the other is like, no, we want evolution of law, and humans must use their reason in interpreting the Torah and applying it in contemporary problems, right? Which sounds nice too, but then also people could have an agenda, so you never know. You never know. It's like, it's just life, man. I could have this cup of iced tea and be like, this is a large iced tea. And someone's like, no, that's a medium. And I go, well, they go, that's not that large. I go, but it's called a large. Yeah, but it's really not large. There's actually bigger cups. Yeah, I know. Point is, people are annoying. People can be bitches, dude. Think about that.
Yeah.
Okay, so back to the Copper Scrolls. Found in the site of Khirbet Qumran, okay, West Bank, like I said, found in 11 nearby caves about 70 years ago, like I mentioned earlier, 1946, 47. Archaeological work is where we're getting all of these estimates from and theories from. But the settlement exists. There is actually a first settlement at Qumran, like an Iron Age one that existed like 2,600 years ago. This is long before the scrolls were made. We're talking about maybe the settlement roughly 100 BC and to around 80, 68, 70, like I said, because there's theories if it was hidden from the Romans, or maybe earlier if it was hidden from like that. I don't know when that Maccabean revolt was, but yeah, it could have been 2nd century BC. Could have been that Seleucid time. Maybe the scrolls were hidden then. In any case, we'll get into some more theories in just a second here. But the actual discovery of the scrolls was by a young shepherd named Muhammad Ed Daib. He was looking for a stray goat. He's like, dude, fucking let me find this goat, dude. Get back here, bro. And at one point, he's amusing himself by throwing a stone, and it falls into a hole, and the rock smashes like pottery or something, breaks. And he's like, whoa, what's that? There's something down there. And and there's a whole book based on this called The Story of the Scrolls, where you can read about his whole experience finding it. And then over the next decade and beyond, of course, local Bedouins, who are like the, tribes people of that area, and scientific researchers discover the remains of more than 900 manuscripts in 11 caves. Each cave is located near Qumran, the farthest one being just over a mile away. Then there's a new 12th cave that contained a blank scroll along with the remains of a jar, cloth, and a leather strap. That's what I mentioned earlier about how they were going to maintain and preserve the scrolls and that leather and stuff. And so the books, the main scrolls, not the copper scroll, included copies of Genesis, Exodus, Isaiah, Kings, and Deuteronomy, among other canonical works of the Hebrew Bible, like hymns, psalms, apocryphal, these are non-canonical biblical works, and some community rules. Basically, that's being like, hey, dude, no ladies allowed, dude, just posting up, and you got to hate your dick to live here, dude. So, but the scroll that we're talking about is the one scroll made of copper, describing locations of buried treasure. So let's go and talk about that. What do these scrolls say? Also, quick note, there was no New Testament Gospels found in the cave. Makes sense. It could have been actually, if it was the AD 70, there could have been some New Testament stuff, if we're going on that theory. But there were not. None of those were discovered in these caves. And so let's dive into where this treasure is at, bro, and if it's been found. But before we do that, real quick, dude, step into a world of nonstop action on DraftKings Casino. Play the games, classic games like blackjack, roulette, and slots, plus enjoy exclusive games you can't find anywhere else. Did you know when I'm in the casino, I like to post up at the blackjack table? I also, if my luck turns south there, I like to cruise over to roulette. Actually, it's the first thing I do is cruise by roulette. So I'm fired up to try this out, and I'm fired up to try the roulette. I'm going to do blackjack. They got slot machines. That's fun, dude. I do those in the airport. So I'm traveling, and I could be doing that, playing slots, having a little bit of fun. I love that. Plus, DraftKings got a great deal for you, because right now, download the DraftKings Casino app now and sign up with promo code DANK. New customers get a deposit match up to $500 in casino credits when you deposit $5 or more, only on DraftKings Casino with promo code DANK. That sounds awesome. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.1800gambler.net. In Connecticut, help is available for problems gambling. Call 888-789-777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. 21 plus, physically present in Connecticut, Michigan, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, West Virginia only. Void in Ontario. One per opted-in customer. New customer. Minimum $5 deposit. Max match $500 in casino credit, which requires one times playthrough within 7 days. See terms at casino.com, DraftKings.com/players choice for eligibility terms and responsible gaming resources. Let's go, dude.
Ooh, good speed reading there.
Thank you, dude. I freaking just fired through that. The
new John Machida.
Dude, I would love to do that. I'm sold. How do guys learn to do that?
I think they're taught. I think it's like in the family. Like it's just taught.
I bet those guys dart well.
Oh, I would. Yeah,
I bet those guys dart their wives well.
Yeah. There's got to be something that keeps them vibrant outside of being and smelling like cattle all the time.
Gotta tell you, 100%. Yeah, cattle auctioning. That's usually where it's done.
Yeah.
I'd love to go to an auction. Grow out a ponytail, wear a turtleneck, show up at an auction like some sort of French assassin, and just watch it. It'd be great. By the way, did you see Killer on Netflix?
No, I haven't yet.
Aronofsky?
No, not yet. It's
I won't say anything.
It's not Aronofsky. It's Fincher.
Fincher. Sorry. Yes, Fincher.
Yeah.
I prefer Fincher over Aronofsky. Aronofsky can be annoying.
Yeah.
I won't say anything. I'll let you go in fresh. So the copper scrolls are found in Cave 3. Okay. The other scrolls are written on parchment, like I said earlier, papyrus. These are written on metal copper mixed with about 1% tin. Okay. And they actually, obviously there's rust over the centuries and all that, and it's tough to restore them. So these are not, unlike the other scrolls, these are not a literary work, but a list of 64 places where various items of gold and silver were buried or hidden.
What if it turned out they were just the Statue of Liberty's panties?
Dude, it do look like the Statue of Liberty's panties, dude.
Just her name written over and over and over.
What is Lady Liberty's name? Do we know that?
No.
Dude. It's right there on History is Dank right there, dude. She's freaking pretty hot if you ask me, dude.
Yeah, look at her right behind you.
Look at that, exactly. She's just posted up over there, dude. A little oxidized, but that's chill.
Yeah.
So scholarly estimates date the range of the Copper Scrolls. It varies. Some say 25 to 75 Common Era or AD. Others suggest even later, only 70 to 135, saying no, it has to be AD. Okay.
Yeah, what a scientist date it, because it's scholarly doesn't mean
that's true.
Much of anything.
That's true. And you think they could just radioactive decay it? Can you radioactive decay copper? I don't know.
Sure.
Yeah, or something, maybe the leather or something around there. But that's where they're saying it is. They say they could not have been deposited. They're saying it predates. Then there's other scholars who argue going, no, this predates 68 AD or Common Era. That's the theory that I mentioned earlier, where there was the Jewish revolt against Roman rule, and they were hiding the valuables from the temple. So because the Romans burnt down the temple. So in any case, what does the thing say, dude? What's written on this fucking thing, dude? 64 locations, 63 of which are treasures of gold and silver, which have been estimated in the tons. One single location on the Copper Scroll describes 900 talents. I love that gold is talents. I love that. Or 868,000 Troy ounces. Trojan War, Turkey, right? We're in that region of buried gold. Tithing vessels. So tithing means it's a tax you pay to the church. Not really a tax. They call it a tithe, but it's your donation to your church or your temple in this case, are also listed among the entries, along with other vessels. And locations of other scrolls are listed on there. Other priestly vestments, dude. So just tons of valuable shit, dude. And let me get into this. All told, the Copper Scroll lists treasure amounting to about 160 tons of gold and silver, would make this the largest hoard of treasure ever buried in human history. It's possible that the scribe did use a different measure than talent, a karsh, rather than talent, which karsh is a smaller unit, but still, it's a dick ton of gold and silver, dude. They estimate it today. It's easily would be 3 billion today, but honestly, if you find it, priceless. Where does this treasure come from? So I mentioned this, the Second Temple being burnt by the Romans, built in 516 BC, burnt in 70 AD. That's the temple that replaced the first temple of King Solomon's temple, and remodeled by King Herod. We've heard of him, biblical times and shit, dude. So some theories here are, first, the treasure could be that of just the Qumran community. Difficulty in believing in this theory is that this, ascetic brotherhood with vast treasures, kind of like they probably wouldn't be that rich, but the theory is that maybe they want to start their own temple because, like I mentioned, there's different priestly orders. You have the Essenes, the Pharisees, the other, I won't even try to say the other name because I'm just going to butcher it again, and it's just probably cringe at this point. # cringe, dude. So it's like, they probably wouldn't be that independently wealthy. They don't have like a standing army or anything, but maybe they wanted to start a new temple. I don't know. Second, treasure could be that of the Second Temple, like I've mentioned earlier. I've mentioned it again now. How do you say that dude's name? Josephus. He's stating that the main treasure of the temple was still in the building when it fell to the Romans. So Josephus is like, nah, that's not it. And that these Qumranic texts, the Essenes...
Josephus says, nah, Brocephus.
Exactly. Nah, my Brocephus. In the Essenes were probably too critical of the priests at the temple to maybe even help them out, so they would have fucking beef with each other. But then again, at the end of the day, they're all, Jewish brothers, even though they are different brotherly orders, and the Romans are a common enemy. In any case, too tough to prove, all speculative. The third is that it's even older than we think, and it could be the first temple destroyed by Nebuchadnezzar, the king of Babylon, back in 586 BC. Though this wouldn't seem to fit with the character of the other scrolls unless the scrolls were left in a cave during a Babylonian exile, possibly with a small community of caretakers who were precursors to this Essene Dead Scroll community at Qumran. Could be. Another one, scholarly expert, this guy Gaster, and his favorite theory is that this is all a fucking hoax. In any case, I don't know though, dude. They took time to put this on copper. Like, I feel like there would be treasure there. Have there been any discoveries? Let's get into that. In 1962, this guy, John Allegro, he leads an expedition following some of the places listed on the scroll. I mean, that sounds like fun. If my fantasy season's going bad, look, that's this guy, John Allegro. He's the ultimate metal detector, bro. He's got a map. You know, he's like, look, I want to get away from my family. Let's go find some treasure. Okay? That sounds fun. Maybe it's not coming from that place. Maybe he's just a curious guy. I don't know. Maybe he doesn't play fantasy football. He probably didn't. But there was football that did exist in 1962, so he very well could have been. Okay? He goes out, checks some potential places, excavates fucking caves and burial places of treasure, finds nothing. Why? Well, likely theory is that it's more than plausible that the Romans discovered the treasure themselves. Perhaps when the Temple of Herod was destroyed, it really was in there. Maybe it all burnt up. They could have acquired this list at any other time. Maybe the Romans even put it in there. Who knows? Maybe there was... It's not like all the Roman dudes were bad dudes. Maybe there was some an interesting Roman dude among the ranks. Pliny the Elder, fucking chill-ass Roman dude. He probably was cruising around, curious as hell. And he would have been wanting to preserve history, and maybe he did find the treasure. A lot of times, just like what happens in Egypt, you have tomb raiders throughout history. This is thousands of years. People could have just stumbled upon it by happen chance. And they say the way that the copper scrolls are listed, it was written like as if someone would have had in-depth knowledge of that region or area. So someone from that area who's a freaking local would have been like, oh yeah, dude, I know exactly how to get there, dude. That's how I used to give directions, dude. First time to my dank-ass wife, dude, freaking H-ing up back in college, dude. She was cruising over to my place. I was like, dude, let's freaking watch the movie Hook. Just post up, chill, dude. You know what I'm saying, dude? And she's like, all right, how to get to your place? I was like, dude, fucking just cruise. I was like, you know where PB's at? She's like, for sure. I was like, all right, cruise like you're cruising to PB. When you hit Del Taco, make a right, go to the end of the street, make another right, and then you'll see my car posted up in a driveway. She found it.
Nice.
I said, you're going to pass in and out too. Don't stop. I know you're going to be tempted, but just keep cruising. Romans could have maybe never found the copper scrolls, but you know what Romans like to do? Torture captors, captives. Fuck. Freaking brosophist, dude. They like to torture captives. Very normal practice by the Romans in this era. And treasure could have been revealed in that manner. So maybe the Romans didn't find it. Jewish people went back, uncovered the treasure, and took it. Because they only wanted to hide it for a little bit from the Romans, the occupying force. So maybe they just exhumed it themselves. So, in any case, interesting, dude. And it's a way a lot of these stories go. You want to find the treasure. We seem to never find it. But I'm going to find it. I'm going to get a metal detector. It's on my Christmas list. I'm fired up on it. Anyway, lost treasure is always the best. Love stories like this, dude. Aaron, you got anything else to add or any cues before we bone out of here, dude?
I mean, I just want to, where's the X? Show me. Let's do it.
Exactly.
What's the riddle I need to solve?
I love solving riddles like that. We should just go to an escape room, dude.
Yeah.
We should just do that. It's a good call one of these days. Get Bertolina in there, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Be a great time.
Oh, yeah.
He would crush it. Have an IPA. Maybe I'll have three. Actually, I'll have 3 iced teas. Just go through there and cruise. All right, dude. Anyway, stay freaking stoked, dude. If you got treasure, find it, bury it. Maybe do your own treasure map, scavenger hunt, community scavenger hunt. Fun, good stuff to do. Maybe a fun game. Do it in the backyard with the kids. In any case, Stay freaking stoked, dude. Keep your freaking tips up and leave a review. That always helps the pod. Any questions, comments, suggestions, corrections, StriderWilsonTrust@gmail.com. Freaking stay stoked, dude, and lit. Boom.